Welcome back, YouTube, to another episode of the Four Horsemen. Tonight we're gonna have some Monday Night Football for you guys. Giants Steelers, my Giants. We'll talk about it. But we got Professor Prop over here, ready to give you some good picks, and your boy, myself, Raph. So let's get right into it, Dave. Let me know what you're thinking.
I don't like this spread. First, the Steelers -5.5. I think is a little too high. I know Russ looked good last week. They put up 30, but I think that was just a lucky first game. It could continue to go. They're a good offense. They got an amazing defense, as we all know. But I think -5.5 is a little high for the Steelers. Now knowing that what the Giants are capable of doing on good weeks, they can compete a little. It might, but I wouldn't touch the spread. I honestly think that the Giants could pull this out. So, but I'm not taking it. I can't bet the Giants right now. Not no more. But I'm not touching the winner. But that spread is high, and you know it's gonna be a low scoring game. To be honest, look at the over under 36.5. So just be careful with these high or almost touchdown spreads with low unders and over unders like that. I don't really got a winner, but I think the Giants can pull it off. I'll be rooting for the Steelers all day.
I think the Giants. I don't even know because the Giants like after last week's Daniel Jones in prime time, probably the worst prime time quarterback in NFL history. It's a tough matchup for them, but I do think that the spread is way too high. I think they're really basing a lot of things off of last week. I would maybe play it safe and alt it to like set +7.5, so you really have that touchdown cushion. I think it's like -168. But
you know, a little late. We combine that with something that's not bad for a little league in the late.
No, it's not. It's not at all. But I think it is going to be a tight game. It's going to be a low scoring game. The Giants defense is underrated too. So when it comes down to it, if the Steelers offense doesn't get it going and get that Giants defense off the field, they're going to just keep going. They're going to be trading defenses back and forth. But it should be an interesting game. I don't think the most exciting, but if you're really into defensive football, it'll be a game for you.
What touchdowns?
What happened?
I said, what touchdowns you got?
Oh, I got a decent amount for this game, I'd say. I actually have more Steelers.
Decent amount? What do you mean a decent amount?
Because I think things are going to happen. I don't see a lot of scoring at the end of the day, but I do think that the people who are going to score are somewhat obvious.
I got Neighbors and Najee.
I got Najee too. I got Najee anytime, especially at plus money. That's great.
Neighbors being back, having a bad week last week, they get that going again, and he scores and starts getting back into his rhythm.
The Giants' run defense isn't good either, to be honest. So I almost like Najee first too. I thought that I saw it at like plus 400. I want to say.
First touchdown. You've been cooking them Jones in the Discord.
I have.
I have. Fuck I have. That was funny. I have.
I also like George Pickens. I like George Pickens. I like George Pickens anytime, and I like George Pickens over 61.5. The Giants, while their defense is good.
Hold on. 61.5 on what book?
I had 61.5 on 365. That was his line. -110 too.
I have George Pickens over 58.5, -114 on FanDuel. I think that's a lot.
So yeah, I mean, even then, I like him at both. Just because, the Giants, like I said, their defense is good, but with the one thing that they are really susceptible, or the two things that they're really susceptible to, is big chunk play runs and passes. They'll stop you, but sometimes they do give up the back end of everything, and George Pickens is that dude who's gonna make that contested 50-yard catch. We've seen it week after week. And anytime, I think it's at plus 150, it's a steal. And you might get it even better on other books too.
-114 on FanDuel. I got another prop that you'll like. I got Najee Harris over 61.5 rushing yards. I think after what I seen what the Eagles did last week, I think he easily finished with 80 in a touchdown.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that I think complicates that is that the Giants, they're not terrible at interior run stopping. It's kind of those outside runs.
This is just not as good at running the ball, though. They just like a run the ball team where it don't even matter. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. Off a halfback stretch, you stretch them out to the outside, something like that. Najee could go for 50 in one rush. They're really, really susceptible to that.
That's all I got, though. I got Najee Harris, plus 105 touchdown. Malik Neighbors touchdown plus 200. George Pickens over 58.5 receiving yards and minus 114. I got Najee Harris over 61.5 rushing yards, minus 114 is all with FanDuel. That's my game. That's my picks for this game.
Yep. And for me, I'll give you Najee Harris anytime plus 100. I got George Pickens over 61.5, although you should get that on FanDuel. I have that 58.5 because that's great. And then George Pickens anytime at plus 150. Giants plus 7.5 at minus 168. Add that to your parlay.
I think you it's only right to pick the two we agreed on and the lay. If y'all gonna pick two props on this, John, to lay, I would lay George Pickens over 58.5 and Najee touchdown. That's the two ones we agreed on without even sharing. Like we said it on the show. It wasn't before like, oh, let's not. It was like real life. What do you have? So I think it's only right you go with Najee touchdown and George Pickens over 58.5 receiving yards. It's only right, two man.
Yeah,
I dropped the odds on the screen for y'all. I dropped the odds on the screen like right here.
Mm-hmm.
That shit right there. You can slide in. Make it slide. But other than that, I think that's all we got. Giants Steelers should also be a good game. This is the first week we got two good primetime games back to back. Let's all make some money. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you let us know what bets you taking. Let us know what from us. Let us know what bets you like personally, and let's win some cheese.
We'll see y'all next time.